Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Akmal bin Anwar. My student ID is 2021610536. Today, I would like to present to you guys about my project, which is Unfinished and Abandoned Place. The place that I chose is St. George Church in Bermuda. First, let me talk to you guys about this place. St. George Church is an Anglican church located in the town of St. George, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The church was founded in 1612 and is one of the oldest surviving churches in the Western Hemisphere. The church was undergone several renovations and expansion over the centuries, with the current building dating back to the late 80th and early 19th centuries. The design of the church is Georgian and features a bell tower and a nave with a barrel vaulted ceiling. The interior of the church is adorned with stained glass windows and wooden carving. The church has played an important role in Bermuda's history, serving as a place of worship for the islands, English colonizer, and later as a focal point for the local community. The church has also hosted several notable figures throughout its history, including Mark Twain, who visited the church during a trip to Bermuda in the late 80s. About the contents, I'd already provided three, which is stakeholders, reasons, and countermeasure. First, let me talk about stakeholders. The stakeholders for St. George Church in Bermuda can include the Anglican Diocese of Bermuda. As the governing body of the Anglican Church in Bermuda, the diocese has a stake in the upkeep and maintenance of St. George Church, as well as its continued use as a place of worship. Next is the local community. St. George Church has been fixture in the community for centuries and is a cultural and historical landmark. The local community has a stake in the preservation and continued use of the church as a community gathering space and tourist attraction. Next, the tourist industry. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site and popular tourist destination, St. George Church is an important part of Bermuda tourist industry. The church upkeep and preservation is important for maintaining the island cultural heritage, attracting visitors. And last but not least, government government agencies. Local and national government agencies may have a stake in the preservation and upkeep of St. George Church, as it is a cultural and historical landmark that contribute to the island's economy and cultural heritage. Pardon me. There is another one, which is historic preservation organizations. Groups dedicated to the preservation of historical sites and landmarks have a stake in ensuring that St. George Church is properly maintained and preserved for future generations. Next, I will talk about the reasons of abandonment. First is financial difficulties. The construction of St. George Church began in 1789 but was suspended due to financial difficulties. The project was later resumed in 1814 but again halted due to insufficient funds. The lack of financial resource may have contributed to the unfinished state of the church, leading to its eventual abandonment. Next is lack of labor. The construction of St. George Church required skilled labor which was scarce in Bermuda during the 80th and 90th century. It is possible that a shortage of laborers contributed to the abandonment of the building. Next is disputes among the congregation. According to the historical accounts, disputes among the congregation and the church hierarchy may have contributed to the abandonment of St. George Church. These disputes may have made it difficult to continue construction, leading to the eventual abandonment of the project. Last but not least, and the most important, is natural disaster. Bermuda is prone of hurricanes and other natural disasters, which can damage or destroy buildings. St. George Church suffered damage from several hurricanes in the 19th century, which have made it difficult to continue construction and ultimately contribute to its abandonment. Lastly, I will talk about the countermeasures for the problems. First, the financial planning. To avoid financial difficulties, proper financial planning and budgeting can be implemented. Fundraising events and donations can also be organized to ensure sufficient funds for the construction of the church. Next is skilled labor. To address the shortage of skilled labor, the church should consider offering training programs to attract more workers. Additionally, bringing in skilled labor from other locations could be an option. Next is conflict resolution. To prevent dispute from hindering the construction process, it is important to address conflict among the congregation and the church hierarchy early on. Open communication channels, regular meetings, and conflict resolution training could be implemented to promote harmony and prevent conflict from escalating. Last but not least, disaster preparedness. To minimize the impact of natural disaster, the church could take measures to protect the building, such as reinforcing the structure, installing storm shelter, and clearing the surrounding area of potential debris. Having an emergency response plan in place can also help minimize and ensure a quick recovery. By implementing these suggestions, the church can help prevent the same issues from arising again and ensure the successful completion and longevity of the building. This is the picture of the place, which is St. George Church in Bermuda. Now, today St. George Church continues to serve as an active Anglican parish and is open to visitors. Guided tours are available, and the church is also a popular destination for weddings and other special events. That's all from me. Thank you.